Hello there folks, this is a Ask Me Anything edition of the Chris Toal variety show. So what I've done is I've put a question out on Instagram. You can ask me any questions at all, whatever you want, ask me and I'll answer it as honestly as I can. So without further ado, in fact, by the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you might have missed the opportunity to ask me a question. You can get me on Instagram at I am Chris Toal. Also, obviously, like and subscribe to the channel as well if you can. It really does help me. So if I can get the views up and stuff like that, then I can obviously take more time, spend more time making these sort of videos for these, and hopefully you still enjoy them. So without further ado, we'll get to the questions. The first question is for It's Caffers. Now, he's asked me, what's your favourite glass bottle of ginger? Now, if you're not Scottish, you perhaps don't know what a glass bottle of ginger is. A glass bottle of ginger is any sort of glass bottle of carbonated soft drink. You maybe call it pop, you maybe call it soda. We either call it juice or ginger, and it doesn't matter that it's not actually juice, that's just what we call it. So this will be going back to the days when the man used to come round the doors in the Alpine van selling bottles of juice off the Alpine van. You would get pineapple aid and stuff like that. But Caffers has asked me what's my favourite glass bottle of ginger. Now, if I'm being a wee bit nostalgic, then I would probably say it would be Dunn's Orangeade. It looks like nuclear waste, but it tastes amazing and can pull you out of a hangover like nothing else that you could ever imagine in your life. Really though, the one that I probably buy most is Iron Brew 1901, which is the original recipe kind of Iron Brew that they brought out after the sugar tax was added and they had to reduce the sugar in the Iron Brew that we knew and loved at the time. So I definitely those two, Dunn's Orangeade or Iron Brew 1901. But I need to give a special shout out as well to, if you're on holiday, you cannot beat a glass bottle of Fanta Limon or a nice glass bottle of Coca-Cola with a slice of orange or a slice of lemon in the glass. There's just something about it when you're on holiday, it just hits differently. It's beautiful. So let me know what your favourite one is in the comments as well. We'll move on to the next question. It's from Sports Odyssey Photography. They're asking, why did you betray Grado at Gradomania? Well, I'll tell you for why. Because one, I was sick of living in his shadow, bringing me out like some sort of dancing monkey. Two, and this is the real reason to be honest with you, I'd worked in wrestling for so long, but I'd never worked as a bad guy. So I knew that this was going to be my last show, and I asked Grado if he would kindly allow me to turn heel on him at the main event, and he agreed to it. So I think it worked well. I don't think the crowd were expecting it, and it got the reaction that I wanted. So it was great fun, but it's I only turned my back on him kayfabe. I would never turn my back on him in real life. He's my brother. We'll move on to the next one. The next question is, how did A Pint and Two Shots come about? Now, if you're not familiar with A Pint and Two Shots, it's a podcast that I host with Grado and Stephen Purden. You maybe know him better as Shell Suit Bob. Grado is a world famous professional wrestler. He's an actor as well on a couple of great Scottish sitcoms. Just he's a national. Both of them are national treasures. They really are. So how it came about was Grado used to do a football podcast called Football Daft with the equally as legendary host Ewan Cameron, who, by the way, is another great guy. But Ewan decided that it was no longer, he didn't have the time to do the show anymore, so he left. And Grado needed another host, so he brought in David Tanner, who was a sports host like for football and stuff like that, and he was a reporter on Sky Sports and stuff like that. But the chemistry wasn't really there, so they decided that it was best to go their separate ways. And Grado then turned to his friend and brother Stephen Purden, who is was a perfect fit for it, but I think they thought that it would have maybe have been seen more as a Rangers podcast, so they decided to bring me in as the token Celtic fan on the show. I was given a trial run. It went pretty well, and we kept on doing Football Daft for a couple of years. We were then approached by another company to start a new podcast. We decided that that's what would have been the best for us, so we decided to start the new podcast alongside G4 Claims, and from there it kind of took off a lot more than Football Daft, I would say. But we decided to name it A Pint and Two Shots, and the wordplay is that Grado's the pint, and because Stephen and I are shorter, we're the two shots. So we call it a football podcast, but if you've ever really watched it, you know that the football talk on it can be at a minimum, and it's more about our week to week lives and our experiences and funny stories and stuff like that. And we get guests on from time to time as well, big names for the world of football. The show's taken us to the Pavilion. We've done a couple of live shows at the Pavilion. We've hosted Scotland games, and it's just been great fun, and long may it continue. So if you've not listened to or watched A Pint and Two Shots, get yourself onto YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Type in A Pint and Two Shots, and trust me, even if you're not a football fan, you're really going to enjoy the show. It's great fun. But that's how it came about, and that was a great question there from Big Jim PW3. We've got another question here from Fried Bears. He's asked me, would you rather have the skin of an onion or skin like Brendan Rodgers' lips? And remember, with the onion skin, if you cut your skin, it would make your eyes water. I'm going to be honest with you, Fried Bears, I was under the impression that they were one and the same. Brendan definitely needs to up his lip balm game, but nah, I hate onions, I hate all sorts of onions, so I wouldn't have an onion near me. Fuck the onions. So that's been my wee short AMA so far. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want, I'll keep doing it. Let me know in the comments what you think, and hopefully we'll have another one up pretty soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you at the next one.